There's no beach, there's no swimming, there's no
There's
shore.
nothing there. These people, there's no internet, no library, no swimming, no sports, no ankle socks, no boxer shorts. Can you even believe that? No even boxer shorts for the kids? No ball games, no nothing, sir. Nothing. I have a 23-year-old son in this cult, sir. We were here from the beginning, 2004. And they don't even let me speak to my son because I don't go to this cult anymore. They separate families. They divorce you from your spouse. He wants you to pledge allegiance to him, loyalty to him, and to go into debt for him. Don't let him trick you. He'll say that you go into debt for God. But it's not for God, sir. It's for him, the man Roney Dennis. The man Roney Dennis that has a spell on these people. The man that talks through the speakers, the man that comes through the polygraph. His name is Roney Dennis. His dad was the chief of the Santa Cruz in Haiti. He killed people. Roney Dennis has been studying. He's infatuated with Jim Jones for years. And he is doing the Jim Jones Kool-Aid ritual at his house, sir. We are not lying to you. I have a son here. They don't let me talk to him, sir. They don't let me speak to my son, sir, or his wife. They will separate you. If you're military, go on the website, hopcc.com. They pray after our military. They have a Bible college that's 90% military in Hinesville, Georgia. And they are not unqualified teachers. You are not going to get a certificate. Nothing. You're not going to get a degree either. But they collect over $2 million a year. They will turn your children against you if you have children. They will get you, they will turn you against your own family, against your parents, against your wife, against your husband. Come on. Don't go there. Most of all, they get your money. Don't go there. I'm telling you, go to the website, hopcc.com. They probably tell you that we're rotten apples, that we're garbage bags, but that's okay, lesbians and all that, but you know what? We know the truth. And you can't go against the truth. The truth will always stand, no matter what. No matter what anyone says, the truth will stand. Not even us. The truth will always be the truth, no matter what. Whether we believe it or not. God says whether you believe it or not, the truth is the truth, sir. You don't have to believe the truth, but it doesn't change the truth. You choose not to believe the truth, sir. You choose not to believe the truth. You, sir, over there, you see that man standing right here under the tree with the white shirt? Dennis, Roney Dennis, made him stand with his family in front of everyone and his kids, calling them fat, that all he wanted to do was have fellowship and eat, and get fat. Berated them, belittled them. Him right there.
Say, don't call me and ask for prayer.
Say, don't call me and ask for prayer for your back, huh? But then, he collected the offering and made it look like he did a good deed today. Is that God? So he'll treat you like trash, but then gives you a little bit of money, right? Come on, people, wake up. Heisman, wake up. That's what Jim Jones did. Come on, Heisman. Ask the people. Ask them. Sir, ask the people can they go on the internet. Ask them. Dennis does not allow them to go to the library or go on the internet to find out the truth. Ask them. Sir, don't lie.
Yes.
Sir, did you know that when you pay that rent on Brady's house, did you know that Dennis called and canceled that check? Did you know that he kept your money, sir? Come on, Pilar's husband.
No. He canceled the check. No, he didn't. They pay the rent. But Dennis canceled the check. They can only have the rent. He canceled his own check.
Did you cancel your own check for Brady's rent, sir? Huh? Come on, Brady is free. He made a stand for God. That's what God wants you to do, to make a stand for God. And God has blessed Pastor Brady abundantly.
Yes!
Abundantly. He has blessed Pastor Brady. No, you are not going to go crazy for living this call. No. No, you're not going to end up a singer. That's only you, Joe. About the spirit.
Yeah, he told it. I mean, Josiah heard it.
So what?
We were at his house, and he kept telling them to shut up, and he kept saying that he was going to call CNN and tell CNN about them if they didn't shut up, right? And then so he told Alone to call CNN and try to talk to the news desk. And then so he got through, and he said, okay, they're saying they're going to listen, just hang up. So he hung up. He's sitting there negotiating with whatever voice he hears in his head, but he's not going to go public with what they're doing there.
Wow.
The guy's nuts. I mean, this guy, like, I've been saying this for a long time. I mean, I know, I've been saying nuts, but no, the guy's literally, like, nuts. The guy, like, lost his mind. And that's why you hear in the recording where he's like, you can make my voice on my mouth dry, but Roscoe's not going to make it. He was talking to the voices because he'd always say that they make his voice dry whenever he starts talking to them, and then he starts like talking with them, like when he says it's God and stuff like that, his mouth is dry, and he starts sucking his lips. I don't know if you remember, he sucking his lips. So that was the spirit that he says was talking in the day, the 2-9. It would make his mouth dry, so that's why on the recording he's all like, you can make my mouth dry, but Roscoe's not going to make it. What was happening was, they were telling him something like to be nice to Roscoe, and then he was like, no, I'm not going to be nice to him. He's not going to make it. He can make my mouth dry, but he's not going to make it. That they always would tell him to be nicer to the people.
Wow. The man is nuts.
You see that? You hear that? That is just going crazy.
Come on, he talks to voices all day long. People, listen to the testimony.
Nuts.
Wow.
That was that whole sermon about the choir singing that song and that message was all because he was hearing voices.
What was the message again you said?
Where the scripture says, many are they that say there's no help for him in God.
Oh.
So he said he's a they.
I remember that service.
And that's the they spirit. And then it became us on the inside by being mentioned. We'd be worse, and stuff would be going wrong. And Benson would be all like, yeah, there's some they activity going on. Like they is sabotaging things to hurt the man of God. He said, yeah, there's some they activity. Yeah, they's doing that. We actually developed a culture where we were actually naming bad things. We're blaming it on they, the 2-9 people.
Wow.
Calling on the 2-9 people, calling them bad.
Wow. Dennis is blaming it on the 2-9 spirit. He said you're all going to hell. When we say this stuff, we know we're talking about. People think we're crazy, but we know this crazy man, like for real. Wow. Wow. Yeah. We know this crazy man that will get money. He's crazy. People need to hear this. Well, my husband is fine. He's fine. We put it on the website. At that town hall, my husband tried to tell people, but that's when, they sabotaged him talking. Mm-hmm. That's when CJ started acting crazy. Yes, I remember that. Yes. Yes. He's so proud. This is the stuff while we're saying. Nobody knew that, okay? Because those people and Roney didn't know that. There is nobody. These people, he can't. he can't allow people to know who he truly is. Especially since we did what we did. And it talks to spirits, people. Remember when he played the 2-9 spirit over us? Do you remember that? I remember that. He played the 2-9 spirit over the whole church, and then he went home. And he said, the bastards, it was the bastards. The bastards told me to do it.
I didn't believe in it anymore. I don't believe. I stopped believing that Dennis was a man of God. I got tired of not being able to talk to my family, and I really started to see the truth behind all the stuff that's been being said. And then I watched how they treated the ex-members and even the people that were in there that they were kicking out. I watched how they treated them. It blew my mind. I was like, this is God's church.
Yeah.
And I watched, the Bible says to love your enemies and do good to those that despitefully use you. So they're saying that inside the church they would call them lesbians and say that they wanted them to burn in hell, to be on the street with ragged clothes, begging for money. That's not the Bible. That's not what the Bible says. So where's it? And then so many other scriptures that they're twisting to make a lie.
Yeah.
And I started to see through it all.
All right. Do you currently have any family members that are still in?
Yes.
All right. And what are they? Your mom, your dad, or
My dad.
your dad?
My dad and my little brother.
And your little brother. How old's your little brother?
My little brother's 14.
And are you allowed to talk to him?
No.
Allowed to call him? Allowed to visit whenever you want? What did they say about you when you left? Do you know?
They told me, my dad texted me. The very first thing my dad told me was he wanted me to go to Texas to go stay with my grandma until I got my sanity back and I could come back to the church.
Now, your grandma in Texas, is she in a church similar to this?
Mm-hmm. She goes to New Testament.
The one in Texas, the branch in Texas. Okay.
No.
It's different from this.
Okay, but NTCC we know is a branch of the same type of
Yes.
mind thought, mind
Yes.
control, and yeah.
Yes.
Because the NTCC here is where Dennis branched off from. Ronnie
Right.
did, yeah. It's all right. So you've been out now for a while, and you haven't been able to talk to anybody in your family. All right. And how did you come across Arlen?
Well, my mom.
Kicked out. In your case, kicked out because you started asking and realizing, just like he was realizing. They stand in front of the whole congregation and say that you're a sinner, you're homosexual, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So
They made a 8-year-old boy stand up there after his best friend left, and the father and mother and his best friend left. And Dennis made this 8-year-old boy stand up in front of everybody and say that that little boy touched him and that little boy was gay. 8-year-old boy.
wow, that's crazy.
He could show you the fake diploma. So-called he graduated in the 9th grade.
From the 9th grade.
And he tried to get in the military. That is a fake diploma. It's no good.
Yeah, so that's we pretty much we wrote a story not too long. We wrote a story 2 years ago saying how the school is pretty much a church-run self-school.
Yes. Remember CJ sent you all those high school diplomas?
Yeah.
He got a most recent one. It's no good.
It's not accredited. It's not
Nothing.
chartered. So
Nothing.
basically now, if you really want to, like, what are you doing right now for a living?
I'm framing under the table
Okay. Because
I didn't finish school,
right,
basically.
yeah. So you're forced now to kind of live in a means or as far as like hey.
I should have. I should be. I should be able to move on with my life, but
Yeah.
instead I'm doing framing, physical. And if I get hurt right now, I have there's
No insurance.
nowhere for me to fall back on. I'm just hurt.
Yep. No income, no nothing.
Because I can't get a real job. No one
Yep.
will hire someone without an diploma.
Yeah, and I think that's important for people to realize. They scammed you. They took away your life pretty much. Because now, here you are at 19, and if you want, you have to pretty much start all over. You have to go online and maybe do a GED, but even that takes time. That takes money.
Yes.
And I got to work at the same time.
And you got to work at the same time. So I think that's important for people to realize, because that's a way of, they do that to keep you in.
Yes.
Mhm.
They do that to keep you in. It was like, he's not going to go anywhere. He's got no job. He's got no money. He's got no car. He's got no.
Yep.
So what would you say to anybody who was even thinking of joining that church?
I'd say stay away from that place. Stay away.
And now I hear you talk about the Bible and all that. So you still have a deep love of God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're still. Would you still consider yourself a religious person?
Yes, for sure.
All right.
I still consider myself a Christian.
A Christian and a religious person. So, would you say that this whole experience though has opened your eyes to, the bad side of power in Christianity? That some people, once they get power,
It's opened my eyes to how much the spiritual warfare is around us, like the evil spirits that can creep into churches and wreak havoc, destroy families, break hearts, kill a child's love for his own parents. My dad, because of that church and because he worked for the church, never ever sat down and talked with me. I don't really even know my own dad. I know my stepdad in New York better than I know my own dad.
Oh wow.
My dad was always getting calls to go to Dennis's house, calls to go do maintenance on people's houses.
Yeah.
I only know him as a worker. I don't even know my own dad. We never had father and son bonding time.
Right.
So
even when you were in the church, they kind of keep you.
yeah, you can't get too close to them.
Yeah.
It's centered around God and Dennis.
about the 2-9 steering. Come on, people. Go to the website. Find out the truth. Don't be afraid to go to the website. Dennis is on it all the time. They stay on hopcc.com. They know the truth. They're lying to you. They're snakes. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. So I know you didn't get joy, peace, and love. Oh, Brother James, I hope you own your vehicle. I hope they didn't just stick that in you to buy your soul. Because, I mean, praise God. I hope you get out of there. I hope you get out of there because you may not want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it, but it's true. Dennis is a fraud. He's a liar. And every one of you, all he sees is a $. That's what he sees. Where is Dennis? Dennis is over there behind the building. With Schmidtka and Forbes and Bersini. That's where he is. He don't want to come over here. He don't want to face you. You know why? Because he's never here anyway. He's always at his beach house. You know the beach he preaches against? The Disney where his daughter goes to the spas, his daughter and her little friends. Come on, Brianna. You know the little trips you guys used to take, you still take to all these Disney places. Oh, we got pictures. Well, maybe we'll bring them next time. Where these little girls at a school, they got iPods, they go on trips, they go to spas and retreats and resorts. They stay up all night, have pillow fights, do whatever they want, eat whatever they want. But your kids, he tells us not to even go out to eat. Does that bother you? That this man does everything that he tells you not to do? Well, that makes you not a Christian. It makes you a hypocrite. But what about Jesus? What about Jesus, the one who died for you? Dennis did not die for you. Dennis is not your Savior. Dennis is a false prophet. Wake up, people. We love you. Wake up. Wake up. That's why you can't come here. You can't face us. He can't even face you because he doesn't care about you. He doesn't love you. He's using you. Oh, and he's prejudiced. That's why he went after Adam Bowles. And that's why he's going after Arlen Brady now. What about Jesus? What are you going to tell Jesus? We'll all give an account. We will all stand before God. Isn't that why? You got saved? Isn't that the foundation of salvation? Is that Jesus saved you by his blood and one day you'll go to heaven if you're saved? But you're going to stand before God and he's going to say, you followed this false prophet. You followed a man. You didn't love me. You chose Dennis over the truth. If what we're saying is true, why do you deny it? Why? Why do you mock? Why do you not take heed if the words that we speak are truth? Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? What will you tell Jesus on Judgment Day? What will you tell him on Judgment Day? Do you think about heaven? Do you want to go to heaven? You can't go to heaven following a false teacher. You can't go to heaven. Dennis is a wolf in sheep's clothing. His ministers are snakes. They know the truth and they lie and they cover and they sneak and they hide and they deceive. For Dennis, remember, Robinson, when I told you in the fellowship hall that Roscoe was lying to the insurance company? And you said, oh, no, you don't understand the lingo, the insurance. I understand when someone says, yes, Mr. USAA. No, they don't have any toilets in their house. Yeah, all the tile is broken up. They can't stay there right now. Yeah, we got this and we got that. I know that's a lie. That's not lingo. Those were lies. And you played it off because you know Dennis was trying to get extra money off of my house. He was going to steal money from my claim and only do a crappy job via Benton and Roscoe Stanley. What about when you did my roof, Benton, and you took all the money? What about when you did my water reroute and you tried to charge me $9,000? Then it became a gift when I was going to tell my father, who's a general contractor, to look at the bill, make sure everything was okay. Then you guys said, nope, it's free, it's a gift. We're not going to accept any money. Just don't fax that paperwork to your father. Remember that? Do you remember that? And Jim Ben, I called you 4 times and told you I don't want anything for free. I got money. I don't want your work for free. I want to pay you, but I want to pay you what's fair. Do you remember that, Jim Benton? Brother Reese, do you remember when you dropped that hammer through my skylight? You never even said a word. You broke my tile. Y'all didn't even fix it. That's okay, though. What will you tell Jesus on Judgment Day? Don't let them do work on your house. They will rip you off. They will do a sham job. And they won't even get a permit. They can't get a permit because they're not really qualified to do electrician work, plumbing. They're not really qualified. They don't have license. Let me hear them talking over and over. They can hear it in their sleep.
Where's Robinson?
What?
Where's Robinson? Is he out there?
Robinson, he walked by, he already left.
Okay.
Well, he'll be back, I'm sure.
Dennis! Tell the people the truth, Dennis! That you're a master manipulator, a narcissist, Dennis! Come on, tell the people the truth!
Oh yeah, he's a narcissist. No, I gotta go on this side.
Come on, Marjorie! Marjorie, don't live a lie! You're living a lie, Marjorie! What about Jesus? Don't you think about Jesus anymore? You sold out to Louis Vuitton! Huh?
You're a narcissist, you're a
Dennis! You're a manipulator! You're a narcissist! You're a liar! And the truth is not in you! Tell the people the truth! You cannot make anyone sick! You do not have the power to make anyone sick!
When he comes out, tell him again. When he comes out, tell him again.
You are a liar! And the truth is not in you! You manipulate these people! After conference, you left to go to your beach house! You didn't even come home until about 4 days before Thanksgiving! And you don't go to church down there! So what is it? Why do you play the people like this that come every single day, day and night, to serve the Lord? But you're off! Huh? You're off at the beach house! Oh! Your reward will come! If you do not repent, your reward will come! Come on, sister, don't let him destroy your marriage! You will regret it! You will regret it! He doesn't love you! He doesn't love anyone! Come on, Darby! Come on, you said you're a Muslim now, baby! Come on, man, your dad loves you! You're wasting time! You're wasting your life for a lie! Dennis! Dennis, you have no power! You have no power, Dennis! You do not have the power to make anyone sick! You do not have the power to make anyone sick! You do not have the power to do any healing! You only have the power to lie, Dennis! You never had a covenant with God! Everyone gets the same opportunity to have the same covenant with God! If we bless God, if we bless Jesus, God will bless us! If we curse Jesus, God will curse us! Not Ronnie Dennis! No! No! Thus saith the Lord! 1,000 times no! We must bless Jesus only! You're a man, Dennis! And God will take you down! I love you, Dennis! Oh, but I don't love you more than God! I no longer worship you! I worship God! Tell the people the truth! Oh, what, you're gonna go to hell for your Infinities? For your Bentleys? For your Rolls Royce? For your beach house? But what about heaven? What about Jesus? Are you gonna let him divorce you, sister? Oh, he's a snake! baby. Open your eyes. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Yesenia, you're not laughing at us, sister. You're laughing at God. Oh, that's why they told you couldn't have a baby. Why do pastors, they don't have the authority to tell people if they can have kids or not. That's not their decision. Huh?
Dennis just wants to control and manipulate.
Dennis just wants to control and manipulate. Come on, Dennis. Tell him the truth. Come on, that's why you get in the sound system, because you can't face up. There's boldness in the truth. There's power in the truth. There's grace in the truth. There's mercy in the truth. There is love in the truth. There's God in the truth. Jesus is in the truth. The Holy Ghost is in the truth. But oh, there's only the devil in a lie, Dennis. And the only reason I can stand here today is because I'm telling the truth.
Wow, he's really in there for a long time.
Because he knows we're telling the truth. Come on, Sister Reese. Are you getting...
Come on, Sister Reese, are you getting any profits of the house that you own and you don't even live in? Come on. All you get is a pizza, leftover pizza for cleaning all day at his house. Come on. Come on, he has you as a slave at his house. Why can't he come out and do his own yard? Why does he always gotta have slaves? Come on, Dennis. Come on, dirty your hands, Dennis. Come on. You're supposed to be a servant, not a lord over God's heritage, Dennis. You are supposed to be a servant. You're supposed to be serving the people, Dennis, not be a lord over God's heritage.
It was my mom that got us out.
Okay.
It wasn't like it was my choice.
And
But I was willing.
and it was pretty much your mom who also had you in, right? You were 3 when you were.
Yeah.
So,
we started going.
yeah.
I started going with my mom.
Okay. And you and your mom still have a good relationship?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, she's glad you're out of all that misery?
Yes, she did.
You think she was trying to get you out because she was afraid something else might happen?
Yes, she did. I would go with him, and she said that once she found out about him beating us and making us use the bathroom on the floor and the whole incident, that's when she was like, what's happening? She was like, I actually trusted this man to take care of my daughter, and this is what he's doing with her. So that was kind of the end of it for her.
Okay. And your mom's name?
Liz Martinez.
Liz Martinez. Okay. Is there anything else, Arlen, that you can...
And then, would he call your mom on the phone and tell your mom to beat you and stuff like that?
Yes, he would call my mom, and he would have it on speaker, and he would have other people there listening and making it like a multiple phone call so other people can be on the phone as well. And he would tell her things like she needs to hate me because I'm evil, that I was a whore, that she needed to take all my stuff and drag it in the mud, and she needed to beat me. Things like that.
All right, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. It may seem a bit difficult, but it's just, just to get so folks can see that it was you are the victim here. While all of this was going on, why didn't anybody ever contact the police? Do you know why, or?
Yeah, my mom actually said that she thought about it, but she was also scared too because he has connections with police and people like that over there. They would be in front of the church escorting, making sure other people that weren't allowed to come didn't come. So she thought about it, but she was like, they might tell him.
So she was afraid.
She did. Yes. I believe she said it was someone from another police from the next town over, she was very vague about it. She was just like if I have something to report to a police or go to the police office, she was like, are they allowed to tell anybody? And he was pretty much saying, no, they're not supposed to just give out all your information. But there's people who have outside friends, and they'll just go and tell anybody anyway.
Okay.
So my mom was scared to go to the police in Hinesville.
Okay. All right. That's valid. At any point in time, did he make any sexual advances against you?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
I can say, though, that I felt very uncomfortable because he would also constantly talk about my behind. Always talk about the way I walk, try to mimic the way I walk. It was just like he was always looking at it.
Right. Let me say that you, being in the church as long as you were, then you attended the church school. After you left, what did you find out about that church school? Was it worth it?
Excuse me?
Was it worth anything? Do you have to do your GED again? Where are you as far as education wise?
Oh yeah, that didn't do anything for me. I didn't have any credits from that. I literally got nowhere from that school. I tried going to public school. They did, when I got to Pennsylvania, they did put me in 11th grade, although I didn't have any credits, but they said that they would help me by putting me in a program that they had. I don't remember what the program was called, but they said it was an online program where I can do extra classes while I was at home. And although I wouldn't be able to still graduate on time, I would still graduate earlier than I would if they had put me back in 9th grade. But where I moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina, they didn't have the same thing that they had in Pennsylvania. And since I still didn't have any credits because I had not done a full year in Pennsylvania still, they put me in 9th grade. So I went ahead and I just got my GED.
Okay. All right. And are you still planning now on joining the military?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm going to college for that now.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you would warn people about? I mean, you now see what situation you were in and what these people are really about. They're really obviously not about God and religion and love. So what would you tell people as a message or as a warning?
I just think that everybody should know that they need to leave, because I know most of the people there are actually sincere people. They love God and they think that they're doing the right thing, but they're following a man who uses the Bible and twists all the scriptures and makes everything different than what it should be. He makes them think that they're following God, and really they're just following him, turning him into their God. And it's not right. And especially I have friends there that I would love for them to be able to leave, but I really feel for the little kids that are there that I would hate for them to fully have to go up there, to have to spend their entire childhood there the way I did, because like I go out in public and I see little kids and it's like, wow, I wish I could have had that as a little kid.
Yeah, they robbed.
Being able to be normal. What was that?
Yeah, they robbed you of your childhood.
Exactly. I didn't get to have a normal childhood, and it's not right for the rest of the little kids to not be able to have a childhood.
They're rumbling down.
But look, I came here for my own free will, huh? I came here because I wanted to, because I love you. Sir, don't let them lie to you, sir. Sir. You get kicked out if you don't come. They will talk about your shorts. They say that wearing shorts is wrong. They say that wearing shorts is wrong and it's of the devil and it's a sin. And that you're not saved, sir. Sir, you that wearing those shorts, they will tell you that wearing shorts is a sin, sir. If you're in the military, don't let them lie to you, sir. Go to the website tonight, hopcc.com, sir. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them, man. hopcc.com. You can go there too, Patterson.
Separate your family.
They will separate you from your wife.
Emily, are you scared that they're going to keep Zane if you leave?
Emily, are you scared that they're gonna keep Zane if you leave? The houses that you know they messed you up.
Feel that way. Nobody should feel. That's not a church.
If you feel scared to leave, that you lose your child or your parent or your spouse, that is not a church. It's called a cult, a Jim Jones cult, people. Wake up. Come on, wake up. They messed you up with your first house. They messed you up with your first house. They told you. They told you. Come on, Emily. You know we're telling you the truth. In the house that you own now, you don't even owe into the church of Venice. You can leave. You are not gonna die and go to hell, Emily. You are not going to die and go to hell. You know why? Because there's love, there's salvation in Jesus Christ. And you worship Jesus Christ, the one that gave you the salvation, the one that saved you, the one that died for you, not Dennis, not man. Come on, Emily, we love you. My number's still the same, 4925043. You can leave and be free. Bladean is free. Bladean is free. Preaching the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ. Not preaching condemnation. You're always condemned according to Dennis. Always condemned. You come to the prayer meetings every single day and all you get is condemnation and perversion. Come on. All of that is for control, people. For control and for manipulation, just like Jim Jones. He gave you a lot. He gave a lot of you a lot of CDs about Jim Jones because he's getting ready to do a Jim Jones movement on you people. Wake up, people. Wake up.
You're going to
get some major brownie points tonight, aren't you?
You're embarrassed right now because you're fat, right?
No, I'm not.
The church is a cult. Everything is a cult. No good. You got money from the cult. All you need to read.
So, for you calling me fat, and you think I'm embarrassed, like I walk around every day with this. But can you turn around? Would you turn around and tell all the other people that are overweight? Your wife was overweight. You're overweight. Like you sound stupid. Like, who's embarrassed? You're the one that cheated on your first wife and went and had a daughter. You're the cheater. You're her best friend. You should be embarrassed of that. Right now you're just trying to sidetrack us from dealing with the people because you want brownie points because the baby confessing to say that she did all of those things, Emily. Emily, I love you. God loves you. You think I'm going to stand here and lie to you, Emily? Emily, have I ever lied to you, Emily? Have I ever lied to you, Emily? Come on, Emily. You know it's true. You can't even go ask Sister Bladean if it's true because Dennis won't allow you to. Dennis won't allow you to.
That's embarrassing. She got fat.
Your mind is wrong. The light of my God He's on these two very rare shapes. So here he is back to the track. Wait a They say things and they plant things in your mind and they say things and it changes you and it makes you see things the way they really are not. Enticing word. To entice. Enticing word is synonymous with the word seduce, to seduce. Seduction. Paul said everything you need to in Christ is the manifold with all these starts teaching all these things and twists and turns and entices you. He said, you gotta be aware. You have to be aware. Okay? Now, look at verse number 8. Beware that any man spoils you. What happens when something is spoiled? There's a little trick, I don't know if everyone else does it, but my wife and I would do it. I think my wife thought I was pretty good. Like if you have like meat, let's say it's garbage.
Hi, people! Dennis has beguiled you! Dennis has beguiled you with enticing words! But oh, wake up! Wake up! Oh, thou that sleepest! Wake up! Wake up! In Jesus' name! Wake up! Oh, you are being seduced! You're being seduced by a controlling Jezebel witchcraft spirit! Wake up in Jesus' name! In Jesus' name! Wake up! Come on, house of prayer, wake up! That's what Jim Jones did. He made the people feel good. Matter of fact, a few hours before they got killed by Jim Jones, he had them dancing and singing, people. Research history. It is bound to repeat itself if we do not learn from it.
Jesus saved you. If you're saved, Jesus saved you.
If you are saved, Jesus saved you, not Dennis. Jesus. If you are saved, Jesus saved you, not Dennis. Hallelujah.
Lord, save them. No.
Yeah, zoom in on those little boys. Are you zooming? Oh, they want to turn around now.
They're over there clapping, just like Jim Jones did to them.
Just like Jim Jones.
Just like Jim Jones. Look at him.
Oh, Jesus. Bradeen is free!
Amen.
He's free to worship God in spirit and in truth.
Look at them. They think
Oh, Fotu. Dennis made you to confess to lusting after your own daughter.
yeah.
He's got you in bondage and have you living in guilt and fear. But oh, there is true freedom in Jesus. There is freedom in Jesus. Don't put your salvation in a man because you can't. Oh, you
You can't use Dennis as a judgment. People, when we stand before God, we cannot use Dennis. We won't even be able to mention his name. But God will say, what did you do with my son? Jesus Christ and his grace. The grace, which is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is amazing grace.
When you stand there, all you're doing is being bewitched.
Cursed be Dennis and everyone that follow him.
That's right.
Cursed be Dennis and everyone that follows him. Wake up, people. Wake up. Go to the website. Hopcc.com. Oh, we are not your enemies. We tell you the truth. Wake up, brother. Wake up, brother. Oh, your family, your children, your wife, your husband, they are worth more. All that brownie points with Dennis. Your precious children are worth more. Dennis is a fool. He's running after hell. Oh, he's running to hell.
He has transformed himself as an angel of light.
And has transformed himself into an angel of light. But oh, wake up. Wake up and hear the truth. Hear the truth. Receive the truth. What about Jesus?
Yes.
Okay, give me your first name and last name.
Lynette Rosario.
Okay, how do you spell your last name?
Rosario.
All right, and how old are you?
18.
Okay, and you were a member of House of Prayer from the age of 9?
From the age of 3.
From the age of 3, okay. And how old were you when you got out?
16.
Okay, so just about 2 years ago?
Yeah.
All right, and tell me what you can recall as far as certain incidences that you might have had with leader Roney Dennis.
The main two would be when we were out of town traveling. We went to Florida, and he was upset, and he beat me and the other girls that were traveling with him. He woke us up. I heard screaming and crying while he was walking to our room, the room that me and Sydney were sharing. And he came into the room and he asked us if his daughter had told us that he had put monitors all over the house. And we said yes, and he got angry. And he lifted my blanket off of me, and my nightgown had risen up while I was sleeping. So I tried to hurry and put it back down, but he lifted it back up and he started beating me with the belt. Then he went over and he did the same thing to the other girl, and then he stopped and he said, okay, follow me. So we came out of our rooms and we followed him up to his room, and he took us to the bathroom, and there was a rug on the floor, and he said, I want all of you guys to lay on the rug. So we were just getting done. He said, no, never mind, just stand right there and turn your back to me. So we stood in a row, and he took turns beating all of us, first from behind, and then he told us to turn around and put our arms out, like stretch them fully out with our hands upward. And he had the belt and he was beating our arms. He was doing that for, I would say, maybe about 10 minutes.
All right, and you said
at the least.
you said this happened in Florida. Do you know what year?
This was when I was 15. It was in 2014.
Okay, so it was.
I was 15 when he did that.
All right.
So it was in 2014.
And this was in Florida. How many girls did he have
No,
with
this
him?
was 2016 because I was 15.
Okay. It was right before you got out then. It was probably about a year before you got out.
Yes, it was.
All right. And how many girls did he have with him at that trip in Florida?
There was 3 other girls. One was his daughter, and then there was 2 other ones. So it was 4 of us in total.
All right. And around what age to what age?
The youngest was 11. She was 11 or 12.
That's his
And
daughter.
then the oldest was 17.
All right. Now, he beat the 3 of you. He did not beat Mariah, or did he also beat his daughter Mariah?
He also beat his daughter Mariah.
Okay.
She got it the worst, actually, because he had been doing her way before he had woke us up.
Okay. All right. How did you end up going to Florida with him? How did you end up being part of his group?
The whole way that I started was I had a friend, her name is Brianna, and I would stay with her sometimes spend the night. One day, she and her mom were invited to his house, and since I was with them, she took me with her to his house. When I was there, I was playing with his daughter, and after I left, he said that she told him that she liked me and that she wanted me to come over. So after that, I would spend the night at their house every Friday, along with 2 other girls.
Okay, and that.
And from there, it started going farther, going to school with him, and then it started the traveling.
All right. So, and that was when he had his home here, still in Hinesville.
Yes.
All right. Where are some of the places you've traveled with him to?
It was mostly different places in Florida, but we've also went to South Carolina. In Florida, it was Miami, or what was it called? Stewart. It was called Stewart, a little place called Stewart.
All right. Was there any other incident that you wanted to tell us about?
Yes, it was another time, a separate trip. And he had me, Marjorie, and Sydney. We had to stay in an attic room. And we weren't allowed to have any AC on. And we had air mattresses on the floor, and we had to use the bathroom on the floor, in the bathroom. And we weren't allowed to clean it up or anything. And it stood like that for a whole week. And we had to leave the door open, and we weren't allowed to open the windows, which he said we weren't allowed to open the windows, but at night we would usually open it anyways.
And where was this again?
This was in Stewart.
Okay. Was it around the same age, when you were the same age, or was it you were younger or you were older? Or?
I was the same age. Okay. It was the second trip after the time that he beat us.
Okay.
And he had us do like that for a whole week. And then after the week was up, he told us we had to clean it up, and we had to use our bare hands. So we were picking up literally all the napkins with pee and number 2 poop with our bare hands and putting it into a trash bag for the toilet.
Did he ever explain why he was making you do that? I mean, had you misbehaved to earn that kind of treatment, or?
It was because we were talking to boys, and we weren't allowed to.
Okay.
He also said that he was doing it because he loved us, and it was elected.
And Lynette, were there people that had to go up and make sure it smelled bad or something like that?
Yes.
So all the adults from those families you mentioned were there and were just told to make sure it stunk and not to help you, not to assist you, but to just let you wallow in what you were in. stay in.
I think he just wanted them to go up, smell it, and tell him how bad it smelled, pretty much. And that was all they would do. That's all he did.
House of prayer. Jesus said, whosoever shall put away a divorce's wife or spouse except it be for fornication, which is all manner of sexual infidelity, including adultery, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And he marrieth her which is put away a divorce, doth commit adultery. Dennis knows this. Years ago, he told me that he didn't even know who was going to heaven. And for no reason, because they quit the cult and remarriage that has gone on in that place. People, you have to open up your eyes to God's word and realize what is going on. What kind of church has so much divorce and wife swapping and remarriage and husband getting with this person's wife and so on? This is not of God. This is unrighteousness. What kind of wickedness is this? This is not the will of God. Read your Bible and pray. You don't just leave your spouse because some preacher tells you to do that. You need to get a hold of God. One man confessed to me years ago when I was still over in that close that he was trying to work things out with his first wife, but then it moved him to another church and then got him to divorce his wife. And then the other pastor, Virgo, who was the pastor at the time, had him marry a woman. That they were really hesitant of getting married, but they listened to these cult leaders and married him to someone that he knew he should not be married to. He was already done with my other brother, that this would be adultery. And he knew it was wrong, and he felt that his marriage was all wrong. Not the person Genesis this. He just him-hauled around it. And he knew what he was doing was wrong. And I'm so glad that I left, and my eyes have been opened more to the wicked atrocity of Roney Dennis, the false prophet. You can't listen to this man and end up in heaven. He's trying to get you to go to hell. Just like Balaam. Get your lives wrapped up in sexual perversions and sins. Man, is horrible in the sight of God. The whoremongers and adulterers, illegal marriages, God will judge you for that. That is the word of Almighty God, and you know this. You think that you can skirt it because Dennis claims to be the voice of God. He's a liar. He is not the voice of God. This man is a fraud. He's a liar. One woman told me that she married this man over there, a man that's been married previous times before, divorced, without biblical grounds. They didn't even stay in the same room, this woman said. I said, did God deal with your heart before you married him? She said yes, but she did not listen. How many cases are like that in house of prayer? You know it's wrong. You know it's not God. But you have to have what's called cognitive dissonance in your mind, going against what you know is right. Just to please this fraud who calls himself a man of God. You know it's not right. Why don't you escape while you have a chance? Why don't you escape to Jesus? Let God cleanse you and wash you and live for God outside of the confines of that false and phony false prophet who's going totally against the Bible. I'm telling you, he's a liar. I've left that group and I'm still with my wife. I love my wife. She loves me. There's no way they're going to let some cult leader come between us.
What's your price? What's your price? Yes. He said you ain't nobody. What about you? They stuck you with that card. $10,000 upside down. Come on. You know he's using you.
You couldn't say no?
Don't you love your kids enough to get out of this cult?
Brady slept with Ramos? Really?
Sister Brady did not sleep with Sonny. We spoke to Sonny. He did not sleep. She did not sleep with him. Come on. How much more?
Don't let him come between you. Live for God. Don't be wife swapping and husband swapping. Think about your children.
Think about Jesus. Think about God. Don't allow this man to give lies to you, destroy you. Live for him. If you're in an illegal marriage, you need to get out of it. Get right with God. And let God be your guide. God bless you.
I'm not for sale. Are you for sale? What's your price, sister? A new car? You sell your soul to the devil for a husband? What's your price? But what about Jesus and what he did for us on the cross? Why would you sit by and listen to a man, a crazy man that makes people confess to sins, perverted sins that they did not commit? Who does this? And you sit idly by. Oh, woe unto you who sit idly by and let the destruction take place. What about the children? What about the souls? What about the innocent people? Wake up! Wake up! What about the truth? Huh? He keeps you around, EJ, because of your money. It's your money. That's all it is. Dennis is a pervert. Every time he comes back from the beach houses, he's 5 times worse. Huh? He's been gone since after the last fellowship meeting, and he just got back about a week and a half ago. Huh? And now he'll be gone soon again. Then he won't return for a while. He doesn't go to church. What does he do? He's fine dining. He's trip taking. He's sightseeing. That's what he's doing. But what about Jesus? What about Jesus? I'm not for sale. Brother, what's your price? What's your price, sister? God loves you. Huh? God loves you. You know Bradeen did not sleep with Ramos. Look at Bradeen. Bradeen can't even speak to anybody in the church. Oh, sister, his blood will be on your head because you didn't cry out against evil. That's evil. That's not how a church operates. Oh, he lied. He made Bradeen lie. He made Ramos lie. He made Christine Bradeen lie. Don't you love your children? Don't you love your children? What about Jesus? Oh, you know Bradeen did not sleep with Ramos, and then your children sit there and listen to this perversion? God forbid. Run. Make a stand for Jesus. That is Jesus after the cross. I'm still a Christian. I still love God. Dennis can lie, but God be true and every man a liar. We love you.
So, as you see right now, this is their new tactic. They're getting the trucks right now. They're getting the vehicles right now to drown out the protesters. See, here they go right here setting up the cars.
Everybody here because we so perverted. Christy, we talked to Sonny. You didn't sleep with him. Oh, why'd you let him trash your soul? Get your kids, Christy, and get out of here. I'm gonna curse you to your face. We love you, Christy. We love you. I don't ever stop praying for you, Christy. I don't stop praying for you. Oh, I love you. Christine. Oh, you need to stop. That's why he trashes you. That's why he tries to crush you. Because you're the only one that ever spoke to him. You told him he had an angry spirit. Christine, even if you leave without the shoes on your feet, brother. Oh, the dignity and the power and the love of God that you will have. Oh, Christy, you ought to follow your husband. Bradeen, you ought to leave. Leave, Bradeen. God will back you up with the truth. God will back you up with the truth.
See, they got all the cars lined up right here like this. And what they're gonna do right now, which is what they're doing right now, is setting up the car alarms to drown us out.
It's called a smoke screen.
is your price to sit idly by and watch Bradine get trashed and watch Christy Bradine get trashed. Adrian, wait until your daughter grows up and Dennis trashes her and makes her confess the things she did not do, and see if your heart does not break. See if your heart does not weep. Oh, what about Jesus? What about Jesus? What about Jesus? Oh, hallelujah. Oh, if only one soul escapes, it's worth it all. If just one soul escapes, it's worth it all. Oh, Reese, get your heart out of there. Oh, serve God in spirit and in truth. But oh, don't live under a lie. Can't you tell the people that once had a sweet spirit in this place are now demonic? Oh, it's because they follow a lie. They want a lie. They do not want the truth. Oh, but what about Jesus? What about the love? What about the love of Bradine? Who loves the truth? Who loves Bradine? Who loves Ramos? Who loves brethren? Who loves my brother's keeper? Who's my sister's keeper? Who's Marjorie Dennis's keeper? Who loves her soul? And he is destroying her soul. And you all sit idly by. What about Jesus? Oh, there's freedom in Christ. But there's slavery in Dennis. There's freedom, brother. There's freedom. All those churches that serve God, they don't control you. They encourage you. They pastor you. Oh, go to a wonderful church. Oh, it's a real church, and I can heal from the cult. I can heal from the madness of this place. Oh, if you love God, I know He deals with you. Oh, if you love God, I know He's dealing with you, because God always backs up the truth. It doesn't matter what it is, but He only backs up the truth. He won't back up a lie. And you all felt it when you sat there and you listened when Ramos got trashed and he had to admit he slept with Bradine. Ramos, that's a lie, and you ought to scream it from the housetop. You didn't sleep with him. Oh, and Christy, you did not sleep with Sonny Abraham. Oh, let the record be clear. I spoke to Sonny Abraham. Laban, shame on you for living a lie. You follow after lies, but brother, what does the Bible say? What does it say that if we follow after a lie, we'll end up in hell? Chelsea, your mom loves you. You know the truth, lead. Oh. Come on, Adrian Martinez. I'm so glad Liz didn't end up with you. Oh, she deserves so much better in a man. Oh, this is your third marriage. Chianti's third marriage. Oh, an unbiblical adulterous marriage, and everyone sits idly by. We sit idly by? No, not me. Not me, 1,000 times not me. There's one thing I did is I love God. I loved God and I love God. Oh. What about Jesus? What about Jesus? What will you tell him on Judgment Day? When he says, hey, why did you sit there when he made Bradine say those things? Why did you sit there when he made Ramos say those things? Why did you sit there when Dennis lied to you? Why did you sit there when he trashed that brother? When he trashed that sister? Why did you sit idly by? Why did you not cry against the evil? Depart from me, I know you not. I never knew you. Is that what you want him to say? I don't want him to say that to me. I don't want him to say that to me, brother. Oh, this life can be so beautiful when you live in Christ. When you live in Christ, when you escape the cult and you live in Christ, go to hopcc.com and find out the truth. Oh, there's joy and love and peace and gentleness and kindness and truth. Oh, God is so good, and He blesses everybody that's left. He's blessed. He's blessed me. He's blessed me spiritually, financially. Oh, He loves me. Oh, He's blessed Ronald. He's blessed Gladys. He's blessed the Yorks. Oh, there's reality. If you leave, He will bless you. He will go with you. Oh, Dennis still He fills you with anger and hate and pride and perversion. That's what you get under Dennis. It's not what it used to be. Come on, Denzi, you know. Evaluate. Think. Use your mind. Critically think. Think for yourself. Read your Bible. Listen to Jesus. Listen to him. Oh, woe unto you. Woe unto you who bless Dennis. For he's a lie. And the Bible says that you will go down, sir. You will go down. All you that bless Dennis. Oh, you will go down. Because you know he's corrupt. It doesn't matter the reason why. But you will go down. You will, because Jesus said that he is truth and every man is a liar. He backs up the truth. He backs up the truth, not a lie. Lesbian and you're trash and you're this and you're that. You know why? Because Dennis wants you. He wants you to be his slave. He tells you where to live. He tells you what to do. He tells you who you can talk to. He gets involved, and if he doesn't do it, he sends his ministers to do it, and then he acts like it wasn't him. Juliana, Grandma loves you, baby. Jenny, you need to go meet your nephew, Jaden. Jalil's son, honey, he is gorgeous. Come on, you need to go meet him. He's beautiful, a beautiful baby, Jenny. You should be able to go visit your family, Jenny. You can be set free, Darby. You can be set free. Your dad is right, Darby. That's why Dennis kicked him out. Come on, Sarah Darby. He already trashed you. Come on. Where's that word? There's Christopher Dean. Do you know that she confessed, saying that she slept with you and your wife? But you know what? You're not going to be able to ask her because Dennis cut it off. Go ask Dennis straight, directly. Come on, Reap. You don't want to go to jail for Dennis. Working in that real estate fraud. Huh? One of these days. Tu mamá te quiere. Tú te ibas a ir antes, Robert. Nosotros te ayudamos. Mi número es 492-5043, Robert. Vete de aquí. Tú sabes que lo que están haciendo aquí no es bueno. Vete de aquí, Robert.
I know Spanish, honey.
Do you know Spanish?
Say it, Cinco, dos.
I bet you don't know how to say that in Spanish.
Say that in Spanish.
Come on, Madison, we love you. That's the thing. We don't let you sidetrack us, bro. We're not going to let you sidetrack us. You're all right. You're all right. You got to stand before God one day. You might just give it up.
Come on now.
Because when you got Jesus, that stuff don't offend.
Come on,
Keisha. Jesus. Keisha. Christy Baydeen says she slept with you too and your husband. Go ask her. But you're not going to be able to. Because Dennis cut it off. Go ask Dennis directly. And Dennis said that Adam Bowles molested your son.
Yes.
He said it. He made him confess to it. He said Adam Bowles molested your son, Josiah Robertson, Jeremiah Bootson,
Nathan Benton.
Nathan Benton.
Probably some more kids. Come on. Come on, guys.
Josie, tu mamá te quiere mucho, Josie. Tú sabes la verdad, Josie. Tú sabes la verdad. Tú sabes lo que este hombre está haciendo no es de Dios, pero tú sabes que Dios te ama. Dios te ama porque tu salvación viene de Jesucristo, no del know that you came back over here and you lost your husband, ma'am, to a man because you came and worshipped Dennis and your kids. Your kids both just were right here a few minutes ago. They're free, bro. Dennis free. We had an awesome service this morning.
And guess what?
He didn't tell us where to go eat, where to live, what to pay, what to dress, what to wear. He told us about Jesus and grace. Julio, do you know that Dennis used to call your wife on the phone and trash you to her? Did you know that? Did you know that? Dennis is always calling your wife and trashing you to her, Julio. Come on. Who knows you? Wendy Benton, do you know that Adam Bowles confessed to molesting your son? Come on.
Dennis made him
confess and say that he molested your son, Jeremiah Bootson, Jamil, the Robertson kid. Come on now.
Come on. But if what you were saying was true, the Holy Ghost will bear witness. But since it's not, sit on down. Sit on down. You don't sidetrack us, honey.
Take a seat, honey.
Come on.
Look at your kids, Tabitha.
There's
Look
liberty.
At your kids. Your beautiful kids, Tabitha. Look at them.
You're beautiful kids. But when your salvation is pants and a white shirt and tie, that's your salvation. You can't see because you're blinded. Twice plucked up, 2 times child of hell. When all you see is what somebody's got on. Your salvation is not bought with the price. You don't earn your salvation. Wake up.
Listen, did you know that Dennis had Adam Bowles confess that he molested your son? Did you know that? Did you know that? Go ask him. But you're not going to be able to ask him because he's going to say, you know what? Listen, get out of my face. You're asking foolish questions. Get out of my face. You don't trust the man of God? You don't trust the man of God? Huh? He confessed to molesting your son, Josiah Robertson. Huh? Jamil? Nathan Benson? Come on. Calais, you were going to leave, Calais, you were going to leave, and that's why he had you up there, put you to play the piano. You know Dennis is corrupt. Come on, do you even have a relationship with Jesus Christ, or do you just have religion? Do you have religion with Dennis? Do you have religion with man?
Dennis said you got right with Jesus because you got rid of your chanclas, your flip-flops. That's not salvation. That's not getting right with Jesus. But what about Jesus? What about grace and mercy and truth and love and compassion? What about gentleness and kindness? What about those things? Dennis fills you in perversion and hate.
Brother Humanist, you know Dennis did that. He did you wrong on that car. And he was going to sell it to you for $16,000. But Dennis told him to offer that $2,000. Come on, Humanist.
When Brigitte asked him about fixing the price to make it right, Dennis said, do what I said.
Athena, go ask Krista Brady. She also confessed that she slept with you and your husband Emmanuel. Come on, but you're not going to be able to ask her. You know why? Because Dennis is not going to allow her to.
He's going to tell you to sit down and shut up because he gave you that $5,000. Remember that?
I'm telling you.
That's why he gives you guys a little bit of money. He's worth over $200 million. And when he started this place, Willie Bond, Dennis didn't have any money. Hey, Willie, hey, Rachel, we love you. We're praying for your mommy and daddy to get back together. Because your mommy loves your daddy. She loves you and you appease her. Because you got your eyes on Sister Hughes. Because Dennis already hooked you guys up. And she's still married. Where in the Bible is that Jesus? Now, I'm not the brightest man in the house. I do have a degree, and I do know that's not Jesus. Okay? That's not Jesus.
Come on, Jennifer, your sister's praying for you. She joined the military. No, she's not there like Dennis did. No, she did not go in the sin.
Hi, honey, I love you.
No, you don't. But anyhow, all this stuff is true, and you can call anybody you want. You already know they're going to lie. All these things have happened. I'm not here against my will. It's just This is just the way it is. Now he's done all these things, and he's been a liar, and he needs to stop.
Hey, this is Jennifer, and you're on record confessing to all these things. You know they're true. Now you're gonna say that you lied through it all, but you know it's true. We have to
Do you know that? Do you know that?
I know it's true.
Do you know that you can implant memory? I've done a lot of research, okay? And what Roney Dennis does, he manipulates, he puts memory in people. These things never happen, okay? These things never happen. It's just that I won't bow down to him. And Ramos, we'll hang it up, okay? You know, I still love you. Come on, don't be like that. No, we really hung out a lot together. You showed me this card about your family, showing you the dad and like that side. I really love you, Chris. Come on, don't be like that. I spent a lot of time with you. I care about you. Okay, but we didn't have no sex. We never did. You really enjoyed it. You did. Come on, you really. Be honest. I'm going to ask you the first time that call. I just wanted to let you know that I'll still love you. I don't even want to talk to you, okay? Because that's fine, but I just wanted to let you know that these things really are like, they did not really do care about you. They do not happen. What is the
Sir, go to the website, hopcc.com. This is a modern-day Jim Jones cult. They'll divorce you, they'll steal your money. She hasn't been able to talk to her son in 2 years. They sold me a dirty house worth about $70,000. I paid $150,000, and they got me the loan for my home, interest only, and an 80/20. They really screwed us over. Hopcc.com. We've been here almost 20 years with these people.
Come on, Mom, are you gonna confess? Huh? Are you gonna really admit that Sister Baby slept with you and her own son? Did you know that Christy Baby confessed that? But you know why Dennis won't allow you to ask her? Because she's gonna have to lie. Come on, Amanda Myers. Come on. Yes. Melissa, you too. Christy Baby said that she slept with you and your husband. Come on. Huh? Come on, Kenneth. Why'd you tell your mom and your dad off, Kenneth? They love you. Why did you tell them off, man? Miranda. Why did you tell them off? Come on. You guys were a tight-knit family. You think that's bad? You think God wanted you to do that? You did it because your co-leader told you to. Come on, Kenneth. That's not bad. That's not a touch. Come on, he told you to call up your family. Your dad and your mom didn't do anything to you, but I love you, man. You, Krieger, they only got you here because you got 100%. They're only using you. That's all. They are only using you, ma'am. They don't love you. Nunez, Sister Figueroa loves you. She prays for you, okay? Come on, call her. She prays for you, honey. But Dennis is using you. Remember when he put that seed in your mind saying, for your husband to not rub house with your son? Huh? He's a pervert. And then when he came out of the bathroom, he didn't say anything. You remember that? Because Dennis is a pervert. Dirty. He did that to separate you from your husband spiritually. Darian, you remember when Dennis used to call you on the phone and trash your husband to you? You remember that? Remember that? He called you trashing your husband, separating you. And he said, that lady right there, you can never tell anything to her anymore. Come on. So-called he broke you. Come on.
with Jesus Christ, with God, not with man, not with Dennis. Come on. God loves you, Eugene. I hope you know what you got? You got religion with Dennis. But with Jesus Christ, you can have a relationship with him. Come on, people, wake up. Huh? Dennis has you wearing this dress code, long skirts, so you look at the people in pants and they're not saved because he makes that your salvation. Carrier, I'm not even going to say what Dennis is holding over your head, but you know what? You can be set free in Jesus' name, sir. You can be set free. Don't believe the lies. Come on, Josh. Josh, tell the people what your mother confessed to. That she slept with Sharetta and her husband, with Noah and Emily, with Sister Hood. Come on, with Sister Ren. Come on, with Athena and Emmanuel. Come on, tell them. Those are lies. Sister Baby did not do those things. But you know why she can't deny it? Because her co-leader won't allow her to. But you know what, sir? Go by your dad's house. Follow to Patton. Your dad is preaching. Your dad is free. We had an amazing service this morning. You know what we talked about? Jesus Christ, the Savior. The one that we're supposed to be serving, not man. We are supposed to be serving Jesus Christ, not man. Come on, Emily. Emily, did you ever get a chance to talk to Christy Bradeen? When she said, she confessed that she slept with you and Noah? You know why you can't ask her? Because when we told you that in Savannah, Dennis cut it off for you not to speak to her. But go ask Dennis. Go ask him himself. But you know what he's going to say? He's going to bring the Bible to you and he's going to say, oh, sister, don't be asking those foolish questions. But the Bible tells you to test the spirits, ma'am. The Bible tells you to test the spirits. Go ask them. That's why none of you can talk to Sister Brady. You know why? Because when you go, she's not going to be able to deny it because her co-leader won't allow her to deny it. Emily, what reason do I have to stand here and tell you these things, ma'am? Come on, Emily. Wake up before it's too late. Get a relationship with Jesus Christ and not man.
Your son, because he's going to separate. That's what he does best.
Yep. That's what he does best, brother, sister. He's going to separate you from your children and your spouse. Come on, Sister Stone. Oh, Sister Stone, you asked the right question. That's why he bashed you and trashed you and made you confess to not being saved.
He called her a stupid woman.
He called you a stupid woman. Show me that in the Bible. Wake up. Oh, God, what sleepeth. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. In Jesus' name. Wake up. And be saved in Jesus, not in Dennis. Dennis is your idol. He has seduced you. He has a seducing spirit. That's why you're scared to leave, sister. That's why you're scared to leave, brother. Because you'll lose your spouse. Because he causes division. He's seducing you to worship him. Wake up. You shouldn't be scared to say, sir, I don't want to come to the church. I think I'm going to go to the church down the street. Because